Hey, welcome back gamers to Gamer Guide channel. In this episode, I'm going to be showing off some of my cruisers and showing you at the end how to build this, the Razor. One of my newest cruiser type robots. I wanted to try something a little bit different as I've been playing a lot of walkers. I did manage to get up to level 150 and also Plutonium 5 on the Rollin account, so now I have two accounts that are P5, which is kind of cool. So I thought, well, let's build some top tier robots. And I wanted to start, of course, with mechs and with cruisers. This is a little bit different. It is a rail sniper, kind of like my XI series from a while back, but it uses a ghost module and also uses this ion cannon up front. So I built a couple different cruisers, but this is the one I was the most happy with because having 10 wheels really offered a little bit higher top speed earlier and offered a lot better handling too with this configuration. 2 turning wheels on the front, 2 turning wheels on the back, and then the center being a fixed wheel. I also created this, the Viking, which is off a series from a while ago too, you guys may remember. And the Viking, I went ahead and threw the shield module, flak, and the ion distorter and SMGs on it. Using only 8 wheels. It's about the same thickness though, about 3 thick overall, with some smart channeling for the wheels and stuff like that. Also a lot of fun to play. Something to just put together, and you see the color scheme I kind of threw on my Plutonium and Plutonium 5 flags onto it, so that's kind of fun. Also updated the Resistance rover from a while back, which is kind of that Star Wars themed rover I put out. Went ahead and threw a flak on the back and just used SMGs on the front. Also very beefy, a little thicker than the other ones, and lasts pretty well. It's a good frontline vehicle. So overall, cruisers are a lot of fun, but of course you're more susceptible to plasma and rail shots and stuff like that, so you got to be a little bit more careful. This is just for fun. I put 8 wheels together from the Mega Wheels and threw them together onto a body that had these Mega electroplates to kind of hold things together and provide protection against plasma bombers. It's pretty fast, it's pretty fun, and it's also another top level 150 build. So I'm going to go and put up some of these on the CRF. I think the Resistance rover and the Razor are already there. In subset, I'll be showing you here some match footage of the Razor in play. It's a great vehicle and something you could run with while shooting your sniper rifles. So, you know, at 150, 200 miles an hour, you can be firing your rifles and hitting things pretty accurately. And I think it's having the extra wheels also gives you the extra stability to shoot your sniper rifles. And also a lot more effectively increases top speed. I tried some vehicles just for fun with less wheels, like, 4 to 6 wheels, using some thrusters, and I found that they were really uncontrollable. Smaller vehicles with a lot of armor and thrusters tend to have a problem turning, and they spin out a lot easier. But adding more wheels also effectively increases your top speed and does it quicker. As each wheel has less weight on it, it can get up to its top speed a lot faster. So I'm able to get over 200 miles an hour with these 10-wheel vehicles and handle a lot better and smoother and more controllably, and be able to fire my sniper rifles at the same time. So it's kind of a win-win. And one of the reasons why I really like the Razor, and I think you guys should try out a vehicle like this, if not the Razor itself. Now you can get this on the CRF too if you don't want to build it here after this match is over. Again, I'll be showing you how to go ahead and put your own together. It's really not that complicated, but it does use a bunch of wheels, sniper rifles. You will need an ion cannon, and of course the other little accessories are optional, like your windshields and your speedometer. Just nice little touches I add on to pretty much all my vehicles, as I like those little extras. Another interesting piece of information, we have some new expansion stuff coming out next Thursday. Not tomorrow, but the Thursday the week after, which will be April 28th of 2016. There's just a little bit of teaser audio, but it kind of alludes to maybe a new game mode and a new level possibly, or maybe both. But we'll be finding out a little bit more about that as we get later into the week, as they'll be releasing some more information. So, as we kind of a customary thing here, we have some new game-changing stuff coming out real soon, and it's probably just going to be mostly additional gear. Last week we got the Ion Disruptor and the Ghost module, which I think have been great additions, and I like the Ghost module a lot. I think it adds more dynamics to the game and allows for kind of a rogue class style player. Somebody might like using Tesla blades and stealth to attack versus the more traditional standoff kind of battles that you get in a lot of games. So it's been interesting seeing some of the creations people have made throughout the last week. And I just wanted to change it up a little bit and get back into trying out cruisers. So they're a lot of fun. I still think that mechs are probably the best kind of class right now in the game overall, as they offer kind of the most tough base chassis. And if you meld things together, in the right way, it can be really tough and a great way to get up to P5. So definitely still recommend getting your P5, but if you just want to, or P5, use a neck leg. But if you just want to have fun in the games and you play regular Battle Arena and you want to try out something that will get you a good score, this is a great way to go too. So it takes a little bit different play style, like you'll play the backlines a little bit more and play not as aggressively unless you really need to capture towers, and you can get out there with your ion cannon and stealth and do what you need to. But it is a great way to get a little bit of a change up in the traditional Robocraft play from flyers and mech legs to something a little bit faster on the ground. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe here to the channel if you would. I'd appreciate that very much. And again, sorry I'm a little under the weather. I'm just kind of recovering right now from my congestion cold. But I've gotten through this little talk here without coughing too much, which I'm kind of surprised. I thought I was going to be hacking up a lung for y'all. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for being here. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the new Ion Disruptor and Ghost module down below. And if you've had any fun games using those two new pieces of technology in Robocraft. And some feedback on the Razor, too. If you have a chance to try it out, let me know what you think. And I will talk to you guys in the garage here at the end of this episode, and we'll go through some of the step-by-step things you'll need to do to get this Razor together for yourself if you choose to build it from scratch. Alright guys, I'll see you real soon.
Sleep is for the dead and love is for the weak. Yeah, play me till I repeat and fade. Do it again, just do it again. Do it again, just do it again. Sleep is for the dead and love is for the weak. Yeah, play me till I repeat and fade. Do it again, just do it again. Do it again, just do it again. Sleep is for the dead and love is for the weak. Yeah, play me till I repeat and fade. Do it again, just do it again. Do it again, just do it again.
Alright, let's get started on the build. The first thing we'll need to do is name your robot. I chose the Razor, but you can name it whatever you like to. Keep in mind this is going to be a 1750 build, so this is a level 150 build. You'll need to have that before you can build it the way that I show it here. First thing we're going to do is put down a solid cube here in the middle line. Up front, probably about like 4 spaces in front of the arrow's point. And we're going to put down some more solid cubes here in this pattern, leaving 2 out from the side. And then we're filling in from those cubes with some inner slope blocks. I went ahead and picked up 2 of those blocks since they were just temporaries. And I'm going to use some more inner slopes here and go all the way here to the center with them. And then we'll go ahead and get rid of these extra cubes here too. So now we just have 1 cube up in the front and inner slope blocks. And now we're going to use all cubes again here. And create our 3rd row and come out 1 more. Alright, so we have 5 up front, 7 on the next row, and 9 on the next row. Now we're going to connect them all together here with these prism blocks. Okay, so we kind of have like a little arrowhead looking thing almost. Now we're going to go all the way down with some inner slope blocks. About, I think this is 9 slots. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same on both sides. Now we're turning the inner slope blocks to kind of hide the jagged edge inside. And again, we're going 9 down, and then we're going to leave a space. Now 2 spaces in on the 3rd one, we'll go ahead and put down 3 temporary cubes, and then we're going to use some more inner slope blocks, kind of hiding in the same way we did in the front, and then deleting those which were temporaries in front of it. Let's go ahead and run this back all the way here to the end of the arrow. Or 8 total. Now this is not connected to the rest of the craft, so that's why it's red, but now we're going to go in and connect it. So we'll start it here, and we're going to run these all the way to the end here of the red portion. And as soon as we come up to it, it should connect automatically. Right, coming all the way down from the front. And you can have these back open edges exposed, it's okay. We're going to do the same thing on these next ones, coming all the way down again. Should be a total of 21 all the way down to the end. There we go. And again, we're just hiding the rough sides from the top and from the outside. Alright, and 1 more row to give us our base platform to work off. So again, we're going to come down 21 all the way to the end, hiding the inner slopes, jagged edge on the inside. Okay, so now we have the base done, and we need to go ahead and lift it up into the air. You can do that by pressing the comma and period keys on your keyboard to raise and lower your vehicle by default. If it doesn't work, go ahead and look in your controls and see which one it is for your layout. These are going to be a couple temporary blocks just because I want to turn this to be hidden from the center here of the hole. And I'm deleting those 2 temps. Now on the other side of the hole, I'm going to go ahead and put a couple more inner slope blocks. 1 temporarily, just so I can flip it around again to have the smooth side on top. And I'm going to delete it and put another one right next to it. Now we're just using these slope blocks. Here and here. It's like the prism equivalent of the slope block. And then here on the back we'll use another temporary block to put this prism like that, which will be red for a second until we connect it to the rest of the vehicle, which we'll do now. Again, I'm hiding those inner slopes. And we're going to run these across part of the hole now so it hides it. Notice we still have 1 in the center open. Again, I'm putting down some temporaries so I can go ahead and run these inner slopes and face them in a way so it hides that little chip corner. This keeps our vehicle nice and light, gets us moving a little faster, so that's why I like using inner slope blocks on most of the build on this one, with a couple of exceptions. Some of the framing is done in regular cubes. Here at the back of the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and put down some more temps real quick, just so I can turn these inner slopes again on the last layer, like this, and then we'll go ahead and attach those at the back to some of these prisms and inner cubes and little tetras at the end. Here at the front, we're going to go ahead and put down 2 more temps, and then we're going to go ahead and run a bunch of these inner slopes down. You can have the jagged corner out or whatever, because we're going to go ahead and have the other side covered anyway. And we're going to come all the way back, kind of creating a little divot in the back where we'll eventually put our radar jammer. Alright, let's put down another temporary block, and then again we're going to run our inner slopes, kind of hide that chip corner. Go ahead and run it all the way down the side here. And then stop flush with the back. Alright, and let's do one more layer. Again, delete that temporary, and then come all the way out. Again, we're going to run it all the way down to be flush at the back again. Alright, once again, we're going to use a temporary block. This time it just happens to be a prism, but it's just a temp. And we'll run some more of these inner slope blocks in a way so we can't see the chip corner from the outside of the vehicle. And then we're going to use a couple prisms. We'll go ahead and make a little gradual slope here. Then we're also using an inner and a Tetra, a couple Tetras here in the front to kind of smooth out this look. Alright, let's take a look here at the bottom side. I'm going to go and use some cubes here and run them across the bottom. And then we're going to go ahead and run some more of these inner slope blocks here to kind of hide the chip corner from the outside. Underneath that, we're going to go ahead and put these prisms to create a rear bumper. And now we're deleting these inner slopes, so it's just kind of a way to suspend that. Alright, those are temporaries there. And we're going to go ahead and delete those now. And then connect these here with some prisms on the side and kind of curve the back. So now the bumper should be attached. Alright, so one more inner slope, and then we're going to leave a little bit of space there. We're going to turn off the mirror line tool and run a couple prisms here on top first. Alright, now we're going to be using some letter cubes, and this is going to take a little bit of time, so feel free to pause it here if you need some extra time to do this. We'll put the R here at the end, and then we'll need to run a temporary cube out in front and put the O against that temporary cube, or the block against the temporary cube to make the O show up. Then the Z can be done by turning the N sideways, and then again A on top and R on the bottom, and just rotate it until you get the right letter. And just spell out Razor, the name of the vehicle. Unless you named your vehicle something else, then you can just put regular old inner slope blocks there if you want to. Or cubes, as those are worth the armor of a cube there at the rear. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and finish the top here with some more of these prisms, here a regular cube. And then a couple more prisms on the top and bottom side. And what we're going to do here is create a spoiler. And we'll go ahead and come out and we're going to put some more cubes down the side here. And these are actually just going to be temporary for our prisms we're putting on now. And then here on the ends, we'll use one of those new corner slope cubes. And then we're going to delete our cube temporary blocks on the back. So now we should have a nice spoiler. Looks pretty sharp. Okay. Let's go and work on our next layer here. This is going to be the rear placement for the guns. There'll be some prism plating here, so we're going to put down some temporary blocks to get our prisms to face the right way. We'll go ahead and use that there. Alright, we'll place a regular cube there, and a cube here, prism here, and then we're going to use some prisms here on the front and back, so we're not connected with that cube that we just put there in the center. Just deleting some of the temps now. So that's what we should have as far as the final form. Alright, and then here on the side, I'm also using some temps on the top so I can connect these prisms on the bottom. I'll go and delete those now. And then we'll go ahead and put another cube and one of those new corner prism slope blocks here on the front. Alright, here along the side we're going to run these prisms faced up here at the back, and then another one of these corner ones. Then I'm going to use an inner, and then we're going to skip down 5 blocks and use another inner. And then we're going to use some corner slope blocks and connect them between. Again, we're hiding the chip corner on the bottom side, so it's not visible from the outside. Okay, and then we'll run some more prisms all the way down here to almost the front. And then here on the last one, we're going to go ahead and use one of the new corner prisms. Here we'll use another inner block, and then a Tetra, and another inner. And then we'll go ahead and run our prisms across the front here. Alright, let's create our next layer. Those are just temporaries. And now we're again hiding our corner slope blocks on the next face up. And we're going to go ahead and cover up that hole here with a prism. And then here on the side, we'll use a couple more prisms. And the new corner prisms to kind of slope this up. And then if you have glass available, I like using it, so we'll go ahead and use glass here for some aesthetics on the front and on the sides. And then I run it double layer here on the front. And that gives us the top of the body. Alright, now we're going to create our wheel well here on the side. We're going to use some more of these slope prisms. And then an inner slope. Another inner slope, and bringing that down a couple spots. Here on the side we'll use some regular prisms, and then here one of the corner prisms. And on the back some more prisms here. 2 more. And that will create some protection for our middle wheel, and make it look kind of cool, I think. Let's go ahead and add some of our front grille on now. Those are just temps there. We'll put another one here, and then we're going to go ahead and just use that to put our corner slope prisms against to make it a little easier to hide them. There's another temporary block, and then again we're going to do the same thing, just run these against the other ones. And go ahead and get rid of some of these temporary ones on the front. We'll put some prisms there in just a second. Alright, here we go. And then we'll use one of those new corner prism things. Another prism here, and one more here. Alright, next we're going to come under the underside and leave a spot open from that front bumper. And we'll put 1 cube in the center, and then come out 3 on each side. And then from the ends there, we're going to leave a spot open, and then we'll run 3 down, leave a spot open. Then we're going to run 9 down, straight down from that 3. So 9 blocks on either side. We're going to leave a spot open after the 9, and then run 3 more. And it should also leave a spot here between that and the rear part of the frame, which we did earlier. We're going to run our wheels through there later on, so that's why we're leaving those spots open. Alright, go ahead and add prisms here, and you're leaving them 2 over and 3 down from those openings, so you can run an arrow rod through the side. And you'll see in a little while if you did it right or not, because the arrow rods will only go through if these are in the right position. I like them having on the inside of the vehicle, with the flat side towards the front and the back, and then running the arrow rods, the curved arrow rods, off that and out the hole. Gives a little bit more reinforcement to the wheels, and does less damage to your frame if they get shot off by a sniper rifle. Here on the bottom we're going to add our ghost module in that little hole we left earlier. And then we're going to put our arrow rods on and see what I'm talking about. They fit perfectly through those little grooves there in our frame. There we go. Then we'll add some more curved arrow rods here on the sides for our guns later on. And now we're going to use our non-turning wheel here in the center. And then these are all going to be turning wheels, and we're going to connect them to the arrow rods we just placed down. So there'll be 2 on the front and 2 on the back. There we go. Now we're going to use short arrow rods here in the top of the vehicle for another sniper rifle. And we're going to use 5 total sniper rifles in this vehicle. And we're going to use the long arrow rods here on the back. We'll place them on that cube that we prismed up earlier on. Use 1 radar jammer here in the pits, and then I like to use a speedometer, but you can use whatever cosmetic you'd like. 2 radars, as there's lots of stealthy vehicles out there. And then we're going to put our sniper rifles on top of all the arrow rods here. This one needs to be backwards, otherwise the ion disruptor won't fit on right. And we'll go ahead and put 2 more sniper rifles on those curved arrow rods on the sides, and then put our ion disruptor here in the front. And that completes the build. You can go ahead and paint it whatever you'd like. I went with the normal orange and blue non-premium colors, but you can use whatever your heart desires. Anyway, it's been a fun little vehicle for me. I hope it's fun for you and get you lots of RP. And come and see me again real soon for some more Robocraft and other videos here on Gamer Guide channel. I'll see you guys real soon. Later.